name is Tony. It's been 160 years since slavery was abolished. It's been 60 years since Civil Rights Act has been passed. Yet African Americans, as well as other minorities, are experiencing racism in America today, whether that's through police brutality or the unfair justice system. What are you going to do as president to fix racism in America today?
Great question. I'll just add some things that I've learned since I've been in Iowa. African Americans constitute 3% of the population in this state. They comprise 26% of the prison population of this state. I mentioned these nonviolent drug offenses. We know that Americans across race and ethnicity and country of national origin use illegal drugs at roughly the same rate. But only some are more likely than others to be stopped, to be frisked, to be arrested, to be imprisoned, to, upon release, be forced to check a box on every employment application form saying that you have a conviction, meaning that you're not going to get that job, or it's a lot less likely that you will no longer qualify for federal student loans to improve yourself through higher education so that you can give more back to yourself and your family, your community, and your country, are locked into more narrowed options and constrained outcomes. And we're doing this at a greater rate than any other country on the planet today. But what I've also learned by listening to people is this is not restricted to the criminal justice system. There is 10 times the wealth in white America than there is in black America. It's not an accident. Though the wealth of this country originally was built by black America, those who were kidnapped from West Africa, brought here in bondage, as slaves built up this country literally. Those generations succeeded them have been in no material way been able to enjoy the success that they helped to create. Now, whether it's redlining or Jim Crow or segregation or the ramifications of slavery that are alive and well in 2019, in a kindergarten classroom, a black child is 5 times as likely to be disciplined or suspended or expelled as a white kid. So that prison population, that schoolhouse to jailhouse pipeline, that doesn't begin in high school. It begins when a kid is defenseless at 4 or 5 years old. Healthcare, the maternal mortality crisis that we have in this country, that is claiming the lives of women as we have an attack on women's rights to make their own decisions about their own bodies. It's 3 times as deadly for women of color in this country. And so I just want to add to you the urgency, add to what you just said, the urgency of this issue and squarely confronting it. You ask, what will I do as president? I'll do everything that I can, including acknowledging with the humility that no one person will be able to face this challenge alone. It will really require this country coming together and really being willing to tell our true, full American story. When we talk about race, it's not just Martin Luther King Jr. or John Lewis crossing the Edmund Pettus Bridge or the integration of lunch counters in North Carolina. It is also the lynchings, the brutality, the criminal gangs or the work gangs, African Americans arrested solely for their ability to contribute labor. And if we're going to get to reparation, fundamental to that word is repair. And repair will necessitate the truth and the facts being shared widely with every single American, regardless of your race or your ethnicity, how many generations you've been in this country, or whether you just got here yesterday. I will make sure that I do everything in my power as president to guarantee that this country has that conversation, and that we then take the policies and practices that follow to begin the work of repair, and certainly to stop visiting these kinds of injustices on future generations going forward. Thanks for asking the question.